Ladders are the new meta in Hypixel bedwars. They only cost 4 iron and in most situations you can use them to take no fall damage at all. You can also use them together with a TNT to jump to another islands, take no fall damage and easily get a quick bed. But those are not the only things that you can do with ladders. So in this video I'm gonna be going through everything where you should use ladders and some mistakes that you might do using them. Before we get into this video, make sure that you are subscribed to my channel if you are not, and if you are, click the little bell as well so you can be first to my live streams and videos in the future. Lastly, I would also greatly appreciate if you would smack that like button. There are two different types of ladder clutches. The first one being that you jump towards something by either just jumping, using a fireball and a TNT, and landing on the side of something, just like this. Something that you should think of while you do this is that you should definitely spam click. It's really hard trying to time the click, because you can't just miss it and you might just mess it up, so it's much easier to spam click. This is very useful if you are gonna rush someone early, or if you are about to get knocked off, you can clutch, or in some situations if you do not have enough blocks. The second way of clutching is on dropping down, so not going forward, you just wanna drop down and take no fall damage. A normal mistake that I see people do here is they try to place the ladder on the side of a block. This is really hard. If you for example get with speed down and you try to place the ladder here, it can be really hard to get it right and just hit it, because you might miss and you're still gonna take fall damage. So the way that you should do it is you just make sure that you land like next to a block. For example, I can just have this one block down there and then just spam click downwards and there you go, you saw I landed. Because the way the Minecraft works, if you just place the ladder on the bottom, it places a block, you see? I place it on the floor and it places the ladder close to a block. And if there are two blocks, it always prefers to go on the south or on the north part. For example, if I place a block here, you see it goes on the south one, and if I will place the ladder over here, I will go on the north one, not on the east or west ones. It also seems to prefer going on the east block compared to the west block. As you can see right here, if I just place it in different ways, it always ends up in this block. Even though it's kind of glitched here and it first goes to the west block and after that changes. From north and south side, it always prefers going on the south one, as you can see right here. If I place it in any way, it always goes on the block that's to the south. So just when you fall, you just spam click downwards, and you can easily place a ladder looking downwards and take no fall damage by that. One thing to keep in mind here though is that you need to have some distance from the block. If you are too close to the block like this, then you will land on top of the ladder and still take fall damage. You only don't take fall damage if you land on the side of the ladder, so if you land on this part. If you land on top, then you are going to take fall damage. Another thing that you could do if you feel that you're god, you just place a ladder and a block so you take no fall damage at all. This is extremely hard to do and it will be impossible if you are too fast, because you can't place blocks that fast. But from a few blocks up, you should be able to do it, take no fall damage on a flat area. Another situation that is very different from not taking fall damage is fighting on a bridge like this. If you try to build up and someone else might be faster than you and they have built up above you, you can use ladders in a very useful way. You can quickly place down some blocks like this, place ladders on it, and if you shift on it and the other person jumps on you and tries to hit you off, you take very little KB. Ladders are in that way very useful that you take very little KB. If I stand on this side of the ladder shifting and this person hits me once, you see I don't get knocked far and I can basically land on a block that's underneath. If I would stand right over here without being on ladder and you would hit me, I would almost go over this block, which means I will go much further, which means I will die much easier on bridge fights. Another situation on bridges where ladders are very useful is if someone's above you and you're going up to them. You go up like this and then they hit you, and then you can use ladders just by looking straight downwards and really easily clutch on the one side bridge without taking fall damage. Then you can afterwards go in and maybe get some low ground hits and just hit them off like that. Another very useful thing with ladders is to use them to get high ground. If you're for example too close to your enemy to start like one stacking upwards, you can just start placing blocks like this and placing ladders onto them. If your enemy tries to build up, you can easily do like this, and if they get up enough, you can hit them. Another very useful thing with ladders is if someone is above you and you're trying to get up to them. If you don't want to go way first thing up them, you can just start placing ladders on this, and you will be able to hit them before they're going to be able to hit you like this. You can just hit them really easily. The reason for this being that you have the low ground. And the reason why low ground gets easier hits than high ground is because your head is on top of your body. And in Minecraft, you have a 3 block reach from your head. So if you look upwards from now here, I can hit 3 blocks up in the air right now. For example, I can hit these blocks up here that are 3 blocks above me and just break them. But if I were up here, I have no chance to break that block down there because that's 4 blocks away from my head. It might be 3 blocks away from my feet, but it's the head that counts. In this situation, they have basically no chance of winning if I get the ladders. I can just build up, and even if they try to hit me with all their power, I'll get hit before them, because they do have the high ground and I have the low ground. And even if they hit me, I can just land on my ladders and take no fall damage at all. Another very good use of ladders is using them for a Cobra bridge. If you see that someone already has the high ground on you, it might not be the best idea to just start one stacking. So then you can do a Cobra bridge, which is made like this. You go in the front one and then you go up 3 blocks. This gets you really high really quickly. For example, now I already got the high ground like this, even though that he started bridging much earlier, and I can just one stack here, and from here I could just knock him into the void and he's dead. The first time you're making this bridge, you won't need ladders, but you will need the ladders if you want to use your bridge again, because you don't always want to have to use blocks to get up here. So the thing you want to do is you want to place one ladder in the middle, then you can get up really quickly at any time. You do not want to place ladders like this on every single block, because this actually takes longer. If you just place ladder in the middle, you can climb that and then jump. Climb and jump. Not like this free. Just like that, and you'll be very fast. Plus, placing ladders like this free, that would just waste your ladders. The only reason why you would want to place these free is if someone was above you, like the reach cheaters right here, and attacking me, and then you can just take no KB at all, basically. Look at that. Something else very satisfying that you can do together with TNT, blocks, and ladders is you build up really far, take extreme high ground on your enemy so they don't have a chance. And if you're exactly 38 blocks high and you drop a TNT, it will explode right before it hits the ground, which means it will be really satisfying because it will still blow up the defense. You place the TNT, you go to some block where you want to clutch on, you clutch on it, just like that, break the bed, and then you can just kill the person that's right there. It's really satisfying in that way that you just jump down from such a big height and just make an easy ladder clutch. Something else really funny that you can do, which isn't really that useful but it's just fun to do, is if you have exactly the setup right here and you smack your head like next to the ladder and then someone comes, then you can just place a block like right there and they will jump off with you being able to kill them really easy. And the thing is, they won't really be prepared for this, because most people don't expect being trapped if someone looks away and there's no block next to them where they would die through. That's all tips and tricks and improvement ideas I have for using ladders in Hypixel bedwars. Make sure to try to practice your ladder clutching skills by maybe going to Hypixel housing, because you want to practice on Hypixel ping. And the good thing to use there is a launch pad, which can be quite similar to a TNT in that fact that it launches you forward. But other than that, make sure to leave a like on this video if you have learned something new, and subscribe with that little bell if you're new to my channel. But bye guys, I'll see you guys in my next video or live stream.